Okay, all right. So I'm going to explain to you on the subject-verb agreement, as I promised you. All right. So today's lesson, we're going to look at the subject-verb agreement, which is a rather crucial part when we are dealing with writing, okay, or sometimes even speaking, okay. So when we talk about subject-verb agreement, okay, it is what you actually practiced yesterday, all right? That means when do we add s to the verb and when do we leave out the s when we are writing, okay? So most of the focus of today's presentation, all right, it's going to focus on the agreement or the rule between the subject and verb. So remember, subject are the main drive of the sentence, and verb is the action or the process that's taking place in the sentence. Okay, so a subject-verb agreement item on an objective test might look like this. A sample of a question. The foods that provide good nutrition is often the least tasty. A hamburger and fries, on the other hand, satisfy the tongue but clog the arteries. Okay, so here you would realize, okay, the subject is food, okay, and the verb is provide, okay. So, so what is the problem here is that, okay, here you go. So, does this agreement happen at provide, is, or are? So, where's the problem here? The problem is, of course, at the are. Because, alright, when you are referring to the foods as in plural, so the verb has to be a plural verb, and at the same time, the sentence has to complement with it. So it will be are and not is. Okay, so that's the example of a question, alright, that you may get when you are dealing with. So if you're sleeping, you should be up by now. All right. The elephants trumpets for a peanut. Okay. So elephant, all right, is a singular subject. All right. And the verb trumpets is a singular verb. Remember, the verb follow the opposite rule of a noun. Right. When you see an s for the verb, it is actually a singular verb and not a plural verb. Okay. So the second one would be the elephant trumpet for peanut. Okay. So here there are two elephants, so they are plural subject, and trumpet, all right, is a plural verb. Okay. So if you see a verb without an s, that is called a plural verb. Okay. In the present tense, singular verb ends in a suffix with an s, and plural verbs do not end with an s. All right. Okay. So this is one example. Okay. Two or more singular nouns join by n and make a plural subject. All right. That means, let's say if you have two subjects here. Okay. So what happens is that the chicken wing. Okay. Are you guys here?
Yes,
Okay, good. Okay, because I'm getting a notification here. All right. So let's say if you are looking at the chicken wing and the lamb rib. Okay. So there are two subjects here. You have the chicken wing and the lamb rib. Okay. Sit untouched on Ruth's plate. So we have to use a plural verb. Okay. So because there's no s at the end of sit, that means the verb sit, you know this is a plural verb. And why are we using a plural verb? Because the subject, the chicken wing and lamb rib, is two subjects. All right. So we have to use a plural verb. Okay. Let's say if you see the words like when each or every precedes two or more singular noun joined by an n, you have a singular subject. So this is the trick. If you see the word every or each, okay, in prior to the subject, then they are actually referring to a singular subject. All right. Every chicken wing and pork rib. So they are referring to the word every here. So the every means each one. Okay. So you have to use a singular verb. All right, because it's referring to a singular subject. All right, or a singular noun. So when you see the word each or every, remember the verb that comes after the noun or the subject is a singular verb. All right. Okay. So so in this situation, right? If you look at if you look at this situation, all right. Oh, wait. So so let's say if you look at this situation, why am I getting this notification? Oh, okay. All right. All right. So in this situation, you realize, let's say, after the word every, you have so many other subjects, all right? So it looks like we are talking about more than one subject, all right? But unfortunately, because you are using every, all right, okay, or each, it is still referred or classified as a singular subject, all right? Every chicken wing, pork rib, all right, or slice of, we call that pepperoni pizza, hot dog, all right, hamburger, steak, and fried shrimp sits untouched on Ruth's plate. Okay, so any one of this, all right, it is still considered a singular subject due to the reason that we use the word every. Okay, all right. So that's why you have a singular verb. Okay. Okay. So also be very careful when you see these words, either or, okay, neither nor, not only, but also. If you happen to see these words in the sentence, okay, the trick of choosing the verb will be a bit difficult, all right? You might have 2 or 3 subjects, all right? But you have to look at the closer, all right? That means which subject that is close to the verb, all right? And then, all right, you take into the account of, forming a verb. So I'll give you the example for this one. Not only the employees, this is a plural subject, but also their boss, singular subject, wishes the seafood and. So here you have 2 subjects, but there's also a usage of but also, all right? So when you actually see the word but also, either or, neither nor, or not only, all right? You want to look at these subjects and decide which one is close to the verb. So the verb is wish, and the one closest to this is the boss. So the boss is a singular subject. So you would have to provide a singular verb. So that's why it is a choice of wishes and not wish. Okay. So let's see if we change the order. Not only the boss, but also her employees. Okay, so here not only has been used, and we still have 2 subjects here, the boss and the employees. But again, when you look at the verb wish, and when you want to decide whether you have to use, okay, okay, not only, we call that, not only, sorry, so we are looking at boss and employees, okay? But when you look at the word in prior to the verb wish, this is a plural subject. So when it's a plural subject, we have to use a plural verb, which is wish. All right? Okay. So be very careful when you happen to see these indefinite pronoun. Okay? When you happen to see these pronouns like each, either, neither, anyone, anybody, anything, everybody, everyone, everything, all right, what you have to do is that, all right, you always assume that they are singular, even though they look like plural. For example, everyone in this room, all right, so everyone. So you would think that everyone in this room is happy or are happy. Which one? Isn't it? It is, all right? Even though it looks like a plural, okay, but we always take them to be a singular. Okay, everyone on earth, more than one person, billions of people. In fact, the word everyone, however, is still singular. All right, that's what I meant. Okay, beware of interrupting phrases like this one. Okay, this squirrel, as well as the pigeons, keep an eye on Sammy, the sneaky cat. All right, so this sentence might sound right, but this is wrong. Okay, why? The squirrel, as well as the pigeon, keeps an eye on Sammy, the sneaky cat. Why? All right. See, again, even though there are two subjects here, and this one is close to the verb, but the main subject here is the squirrel. Okay, you are referring to the squirrel. The squirrel, as well as the pigeon, keeps an eye on Sammy, the sneaky cat. You are literally actually referring to the squirrel. Okay? And you want to be also very careful of the inverted word order. Here, there are never the subject. Here is the onions you need for the chili. In the refrigerator is the jalapeno peppers you might want to add. Alright? So, even though here it sounds like a subject, but they are not subjects. The subject here is the onion. Okay? So, here, okay, are the onions you need for the chili. Because onions are plural. So, you have to use are. Alright? Okay. So, there you go. So, let's try a quick test. Okay? You can choose, you can identify what is the error in the sentence that I'm going to show you. If you feel there is no error, you can always put up no change. Okay? Okay, let's look at the first one. So, in the cabinet is the tools that you will need to unclog the bathroom sink. I have found that a plunger and a pray often do the trick. Okay? So, take about 1 minute. Which one do you think is the answer?
Ah.
In the cabinet are the tools. Correct? You are right. Okay? It is are. Okay, let's look at item number 2. Here are the books that Thomas and Darlene need for their research, and here is the earplugs that you require once they both doze off in the boredom and start snoring.
B. B.
Correct. Very good, because earplugs, so they are plural. Okay, item number 3. Jasmine and Rodney have decided to double the number of cupcakes that they are baking since everyone loved it. Everyone loved moist cake and chocolate frosting.
Love.
Good. Love. Right. Loves. Okay. Everyone refers to singular. Okay. Item 4. Not only those students but also their professor look forward to the final exam. Everyone has exciting vacation plans that start next Monday.
A. Look.
Looks.
Good. Looks. All right. Okay. So, at the pet store, each iguana, mouse, and gerbil try to climb the walls of its glass cage, while humans hover outside like giant predators who are ready to strike.
A. Try.
A, very good. Twice, okay, because we have the word each. Good. Item 6. Tryon, as well as his cousin, hope that Grandma brings her famous brownies and peach pie that drip with generous scoops of vanilla ice cream.
A.
A?
Hope. A.
Yes, hopes. All right. So we are referring to Tryon. Okay, good. Item 7. Either the dogs or the cat sleep on the bed while everyone is out. Lauren always finds an indentation in the center of her comforter. That means there is a, there is a, we call that like a hole, right? Um, a bit of curved, all right, in the center of a comforter. That's indentation.
A.
A.
Sleep.
A.
A?
A.
Good. Sleeps. All right. Okay. So that's because we are referring to the word either. Okay. So they are denoted as singular. Item 8. Meryl, together with her friends Beatrice and Lorraine, plans a daily trip for ice cream. For these women, have discovered that the calories is worth seeing. Theo scoops their serving with his muscular arm. Okay. What do you think is the answer?
The calories
Ah.
are. The calories are.
Ah, good. Okay. All right. Because we are looking at calories as in plural. Okay. Item number 9. The scissors are sharp, so neither the cousin nor Timmy is allowed to play with them, even when the boys needs to finish a school project.
Need. C.
C, very good. Need. Okay. You're referring to boys. Boys is plural, so you have a plural word. Okay, item 10. Each fork, spoon, and knife are scarred from the disposal since Drew refuses to check the drain before he throws the switch. So,
A.
A, very obvious, okay?
A.
You see the word each, you know it's obvious, okay? All right. Okay, so that's good. You have already mastered the art of subject verb agreement. Okay, so remember, this is the rule. Okay, these are some of the simplest rules that you can actually follow when you're dealing with subject verb agreement. Okay, I am going to send you an exercise. Okay, so I'm going to put that up in my guru. 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to put that up in my guru now. Okay, under the title as day 2 exercise. Okay, I want you to do them at this period of time, and then when we meet at 10:30, okay, we are meeting again at 10:30. All right, we will discuss the answers for the exercise. Okay, all right. So meanwhile, just wait for the link in my guru for the practice for subject verb agreement. All right, okay, so I'll see you again after the break at 10:30. All right,
Okay, madam.
welcome.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.
Thank you, madam.